My neighbor sued me over my dangerous oak tree after a branch fell during a storm. The judge dismissed the case when my doorbell camera caught him trying to cut it himself at 2 a.m. I spent $7,000 defending my 200-year-old oak tree from a neighbor who claimed it threatened his property. Then my security footage revealed he was secretly trying to sabotage it to force its removal. Mr. Davidson, your tree is a liability. My neighbor Marcus declared over our shared fence. That massive branch hangs right over my new gazebo. When it falls, and it will fall, I'll be suing you for damages. I glanced up at the ancient oak tree that had been the primary reason I'd purchased my home 5 years ago. An arborist had just given it a clean bill of health during my annual inspection last month. The tree's healthy, Marcus. I had it professionally checked, I explained for the third time that month. If you are concerned, I can schedule another evaluation. Just remove it, he insisted, or at least cut off the entire south-own branch. My home insurance agent says your tree decreases my property value and increases my premiums. This conversation had repeated with increasing frequency since Marcus constructed an elaborate outdoor entertainment area featuring a gazebo position deliberately beneath my tree's expansive canopy. 2 weeks later, a severe thunderstorm swept through our neighborhood. I awoke to pounding on my door at 7 a.m. Marcus stood there in rain gear, pointing dramatically to a medium-sized branch that had fallen onto the edge of his property, missing the gazebo by at least 15 feet. I warned you, he shouted. This is destruction of property. I'm calling my lawyer. The certified letter arrived 3 days later. Marcus was suing me for $75,000, the supposed value of his damaged gazebo, which had no visible damage. Emotional distress, decreased property value, and preemptive removal of the entire tree. My homeowner's insurance agreed to cover the legal defense, but my deductible meant I was still out $7,000. The court date was set for 6 weeks later. A week before our hearing, I was awakened at 2:13 a.m. by a security alert from my doorbell camera. The footage showed a shadowy figure approaching my tree with what appeared to be a handsaw. I called the police immediately, then watched in disbelief as the figure, clearly Marcus, began sawing at the base of the same branch that had partially fallen during the storm. When the police arrived, Marcus claimed he was just cleaning up dangerous debris from my property as a neighborly courtesy. The officer noted that trespassing at 2 a.m. with a saw didn't align with his explanation, but let him off with a warning since I declined to press charges. I immediately sent the footage to my lawyer. In court, Marcus's attorney presented dramatic photos of the fallen branch, expert testimony from an insurance adjuster who happened to be his brother-in-law about property devaluation, and Marcus's emotional account of living in constant fear beneath my ticking time bomb of a tree. When my attorney played the security files, the courtroom fell silent. Marcus's face reddened as the judge leaned forward, watching him, clearly attempting to cut my tree in the middle of the night. Mr. Reynolds, the judge addressed Marcus. Am I watching you attempt to damage the very tree you are suing over? I was just trimming dead wood, he stammered. As a favor, the judge was unimpressed. Case dismissed, and Mr. Reynolds, I strongly suggest you reconsider your ensibing plans rather than your neighbor's foliage. Any further attempts to damage this tree may result in criminal charges. As we left the courthouse, Marcus avoided eye contact while his lawyer hurriedly packed his briefcase. Yesterday, the court ordered Marcus to pay my legal fees. This morning, I installed 4 additional security cameras specifically aimed at my oak tree from different angles and hired a landscape architect to design a garden. Entry its grandeur, especially on the side facing Marcus's property. Sometimes people create the very problems they blame on others. Then sometimes a 2 a.m. security alert saved not just a tree, but a small piece of natural history worth protecting from those who can't see the forest or the trees.